Hello, and welcome to today's video and tiny ritual with me, Jenny King. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, I am an aromatherapist, and I am an aroma point therapist. That means I use essential oils on acupoints for the purpose of energetic transformation. So it's like doing acupuncture without the needles. And if I can teach this to you, then you can use this in your daily life. So today we're actually going to do an aromatic ritual, which isn't on an acupoint, but I am going to teach you an acupoint at the end. So today's tiny ritual is for endings. It's for last parts of cycles. So this could be used right now as I'm doing this, teaching this. It is the last day of the lunar cycle. And so you can use this as if you're going to use it with the lunar cycle. It's great for the last quarter down to the new moon. And so that's the time where the energy is waning. It's if you look at the moon, the light goes from that sort of, it's half light and half dark, and it starts to, the light really is draining out of there. And so this is a time for rest, release, renewal. And you want to lighten up your life. You want to get rid of things that are no longer serving you. You want to intentionally step into this space to create more space for yourself. It's not a time to start projects. It's not a time to start to ramp things up. This is the time that we don't honor in our society. And so when we do these tiny rituals, we are consciously choosing to step into cycle medicine, cycle wisdom, the wisdom of the cosmos, right? The wisdom of plants, the wisdom of the earth that goes through a full cycle. The earth itself does not grow all the time. It has seasons. So as far as seasons go, this would be autumn. This is a great autumn oil. This is a great autumn practice. It's a great practice at the end of your day as you're slowing down and you're releasing and you're letting go, so that you're not, the end of the cycles is really about kind of like putting away things, throwing away things, getting rid of things, so that you're lighter, so that you can start the next cycle with energy and you're not bogged down by all of the things in the past. So yarrow is a wonderful oil for this. Yarrow is an essential oil that has been around, or yarrow the plant has been around for eons. It has been they used it in ancient China. They used the yarrow stalks for divination with the I Ching, Greco-Roman culture, the story of Achilles, and they used it for the wound healing with battles. I've heard stories where the Knights Templar used it in battle. If you think about it, we didn't have modern medicine for a long time, so yarrow was one of the main wound healers. Which is great, because at the end of the cycle, you've done all these things, and all of a sudden you're like stuffed with all the little tiny cuts along the way. And then yarrow, if you're going to use it medicinally, there's other ways that you can really sink into its healing medicine. But today we're going to work with it energetically. We're going to smudge our body with yarrow essential oil. And I got this idea from Jade Schutz, and she runs the aromatic scholars. So she has an essential oil school that she runs, and she's one of my main teachers. So what I'm doing with this is I'm teaching you to use it in right timing, in cycle medicine, in a place where you can take this oil and use it as a nuance. You're going to nuance it to help you with as a tiny ritual, right, for your life. So let's get started. So I have my yarrow essential oil, and this one's from Monera Oils. And Monera Oils is a company that creates properly diluted essential oils for the purpose of aromatherapy or aroma point therapy. And this oil is diluted down to 25%. So it's 25% yarrow, and it's 75% jojoba oil. And you can read the show notes for more details around that. So always start by smelling your oil, because it's a spirit, it's a plant spirit. So we're going to start by smelling our plant spirit and just bringing it into our field. Now I'm doing a video, so I'm a little bit more up and out with my energy, but let yourself really descend, take it in, let yourself sort of come in and feel and invite in the oil. And the first part of that invitation is uncapping it and just slowly moving it underneath your nose. So then you're going to take your oil and you're just going to put a couple drops in your hand. Now, Yarrow is one of our blue oils. Look how beautiful that is. So just don't get it on your clothes. I'm going to rub my hands together. And I'm simply just going to start at the top of my head, 2 to 3 inches. And I'm just going to run my hands down my body. And Yarrow as a blue oil, I think of it, it's like water. It helps us flow. It helps flow off what is in our space that doesn't need to be there. Think of it as like taking almost like a shower. So I might just do different areas of my body, just like I'm in a shower. Washing my body off. I might even like shake my hands out at the end. This is actually a very soothing process. It's very nourishing. All the way down to my feet, down my back body. It's a little harder, but you can also send your intention for Yarrow to go down your back body. You can always stop at an area that, I'm gonna stand up. You can always stop at an area that might just feel like it needs a little extra love. You could even, like if you find an area that might need some extra juju, you can go in and I think of like almost like pulling the energy out. And I might do that at the end. Or I might, as I'm running my hands on my body, I might just stop and do like an extra little thing. But I really do feel like it's nice to maybe do one pass where you're doing, just letting it flow, right? That blue is beautiful to really help let things move. Just like water. So it's an energetic shower. Like I said, it was a smudging, but it's really, for me, it feels like a water smudge or a water cleansing with our energy. When you're done, you can just shake your hands out. And you can even shake your hands out as you're going along. Do what feels right. So this is when you're doing these rituals, like tune into, I'm giving you ideas, but also tune into what needs to happen in that moment, because energy is this alive thing, and I can say what is in my space, right? But I don't know you or what you've been through this cycle. So that's the simple process of using Yarrow to smudge. And you can even, if you have, just pay attention and notice, as always, what comes up. Bless it as it goes away. It doesn't need to, you don't have to go into a big dialogue with it. Unless you want to, if you want to do a little more work, you could, when you're done, you can simply journal with the Yarrow, like with the intention of bringing in Yarrow to support you and open up your field to work with that. So that's our tiny ritual to use Yarrow. So in summary, we would use Yarrow, this Yarrow smudge when we are at the last part of the lunar cycle. And you could do it every day for 7 days. You could just do it the day before. You could do it once. See what feels right to you. And then you can also do it at the end of a day, right? Because that's that waning, draining part of a cycle. You could do it in autumn. It's a great autumn practice if you want to periodically just kind of tap in and tune into what you're releasing for the year. And then again, like this part of the year, I'm recording in, it's December 11th, I think. So we're moving into the holidays. We're moving right into the winter solstice. So again, there's that's a matching cycle with that last part of the lunar cycle, right? So that last quarter would be from autumn to the new moon. And we're really kind of in the deepest, darkest part of the year before at solstice, the light is born again and starts to rise. So great time for Yarrow. So I was going to give you an oil and point, and here we go. So I love tarot also. I love the imagery of it, and this is one of my favorite tarot cards in decks. It's the Three of Swords. It's from the Lumina Tarot. Here's the deck by Inner Hue, and you can see that the Three of Swords is a card of like heartbreak and heart and loss. And I was thinking, that blooming flowers when we're in our beauty, right? And then something comes along and like, it really just skews our beauty. And can you feel that bleeding heart, how much pain and heartbreak and loss there is in there. So what I'm gonna, and I love, okay, so this is the other reason I love this card, because look at the card, look at behind it. Can you see that blue color? That to me is Yarrow. Like that pretty much sums up how Yarrow can help you heal and help heal heartbreak and loss on a plant spirit medicine level. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna combine that beauty of Yarrow, that plant spirit, and we're gonna put it on an acupoint. So we're gonna get really specific about where we want it to go. And I'm sure you can guess where we're going. So about 3.5 inches from this notch, right? Your sternal notch, and we're gonna go down about 3.5 inches. You can even like go down 3 ribs. So you go bump, 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 and then go in, and there should be like a tender spot. That's our conception vessel 17, CV17 acupoint. And we're just gonna drop a single drop of the Yarrow oil, our diluted Yarrow, right onto that point. See, this is where I start to really drop in. And it gets harder to talk and be on video. But here's the thing. When you set an oil and an acupoint, these points on our bodies are portals. So you could even start with this oil on the point and then go into that, or you could do it after our releasing ritual. But Yarrow goes in, and we're really taking it right over the heart. And it does that same sort of coating and moving, and it has that wave-like water motion to it. And we're inviting it in over our heart to soothe the heart. Any heat that has started to build from anxiousness, anxiety, heartbreak, frozen, stuck fear, all of the things, those harder emotions that kind of paralyze our heart, or our heart protector. Like if our heart feels like it's kind of closed down and is not allowing you to even like breathe into this space anymore. Yarrow comes in, it's this wise woman healer. It comes in and says, it's okay, I've got you, I'm gonna hold you, let's move some of that off. Right, and it has that sweetness to it. It does it in a very gentle manner. So you're gonna hold that 1 to 3 minutes until you feel this shift, feel your body, your mind, your emotions shift. And then again, treating essences, they're tiny rituals, treat it as a little bit of a mini sacred space for yourself. You could either write, or when you come out of it, just give yourself a few moments to not like jump right back into your life. So anyway, that is our tiny ritual for today, for this part of the cycle, waning parts of cycles. And I hope you take this, use it, make it yours, take it back into your life so it becomes part of your personal medicine basket. And I just want to say thank you for joining me today, and so much love from my heart to yours. Mwah.